Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be reviewing My Best Friends Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. This is my first ever Grady Hendrix book that I've ever read. I have known about this guy for a while now and I just wanted to get into one of his novels. I did this as a buddy reads with Kayla Lenzen. I will have a link down below to her channel and to her review on this novel. And I knew that she had actually read the majority of Grady's work, although she's actually missed a few. I knew that she didn't actually get round to reading this one, so I said, look, do you want to read this one and do it as a buddy read? And she said, yeah, sure. At that time, I had never read anything by Grady before, so I didn't know whether I was going to like his writing style or his stories. But I was excited to read this one as the cover is amazing, it really is. And it kind of gave me like these 80s vibes, maybe it had something to do with movies. And I had a feeling that this might have had it kind of reminded me that this might have something to do with The Exorcist, like the movie. But maybe it had kind of a 80s twist to it. I wasn't sure, but I was excited to get into it. So this story is a horror novel and it was published on the 17th of May 2016. So before I tell you what the story is all about, once again, this is going to be a spoiler-free video and this is going to be my own thoughts and feelings regarding this book. So this story introduces us to our two main characters called Abby and Gretchen. Abby, at the start of this book, is a small girl. She is very out there. She's a kind of annoying at first. She is trying to get everyone to go to her birthday party, which is extremely ET related. Everything is ET themes, cakes, costumes, decorations, the cake, the food. Everything is ET themed, based on the movie. If you didn't know what I meant. When she's at the party, she's expecting everyone to show up, but no one does show up. Only one person shows up, and that is a girl called Gretchen, who she's never met before. This kind of upsets Abby, and she runs off, and Gretchen kind of follows her, and they form a very unique bond with each other. Gretchen at the start of it is kind of a weird character or weird girl. She's really unusual, I'll put it like that. There's no better way of me actually explaining it than that. And as the story progresses, we see them as they grow up, and we see their relationship blossom, and they are really, really good friends. They really are. This is like told from a girl's point of view, and being a guy, I kind of had a struggle to actually make that connection because there are certain things that they actually do that being a guy I couldn't connect with. Like, for example, there is a scene where they are kind of like having a play struggle with each other on the bed, and in the book that says it actually says that's the moment that they truly became best friends. And that's like being a guy that I didn't actually connect to. Kayla said that this book was written perfectly from the perspective of a female, but as I said, it's been a while since I've talked about boys or done my nails or gone shopping for a large amount of shoes. But I did like the relationship between these two characters. They are so great with each other. Gretchen, she opens up a bit more. She does become a bit more sarcastic, although she is still a very quiet, introverted person. So one day, when Abby and Gretchen are at a lake with another group of girls and they're smoking and doing drugs, Gretchen dives into the lake and disappears, and no one knows what happens to her. And then when she reappears, she is a bit different. She's acting differently, and and Abby kind of investigates this as it has turned out that while Gretchen was actually missing, she was found to be sexually assaulted. And this is a massive chunk of this book is Abby trying to get everyone to be aware that Gretchen was sexually assaulted, but no one seems to care about this. All they seem to care is that they actually took a puff of the magic dragon or took some drugs that one time, rather than this girl being sexually assaulted. That was kind of a weird thing really for me, as I would have thought that if someone was sexually assaulted, that would have actually taken more priority over someone doing drugs once, but that's just what I thought. Anyway, Gretchen is acting a bit weird, or her personality has actually changed. And as the story progresses, we find out, Abby finds out rather, that her friend is possessed by a demon. And at this time, all these strange things are happening, like the story's going on, and then something creepy happens, or something really weird happens, and you're like, where did that come from? I think I'm actually not sure if it was done on purpose to actually catch you off guard, but I actually like that type of stuff. There was all these weird scenes with all these owls and all these birds that I absolutely loved. If you read the book, you know what I actually mean. And the exorcism part at the end, I won't say what happens, but it is so weird and unusual, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so incredibly sick. There is some body horror in this, so trigger warnings for sexual assault and body horror. If that's something that you may be triggered by, then maybe give this one a miss. This is about Abby trying her damn best to save her best friend, and no one around her is trying to help her out. Not her family, not Gretchen's family, not the teachers. No one in this town is helping her. It's just her trying to get this demon out of her friend, and she doesn't give a damn what happens to her. She just wants to save her best friend. Even if she dies in the process, she doesn't care. So this book has one of the best endings I've read in a novel this year. This novel wasn't perfect. I did struggle with this book in places, I won't lie, but the ending was chef kiss. It was it was an ending which went full circle, and it was really nostalgic and actually melancholy, and it was a really nice hug to the reader. And as I said, it was one of the best endings of a novel that I have actually read this year so far. So what I liked about this book is the scary scenes. This isn't an overly gory, scary book from start to finish, but when it has a really scary scene, it really goes for it, and it's extremely weird and creepy, and it's really unusual. And as I said, I did like the relationship between Gretchen and Abby, and I also liked the ending. Was phenomenal. It was a really, really great ending, and it was an ending which I really enjoyed, and solely based on the ending, it got me more intrigued to actually read more books from Grady Hendrix. So what I disliked about this book is that this book is extremely slow. I won't lie, I was about 75 pages into this book and I was absolutely bored to death. Nothing scary was happening. No demons or anything like that was happening. I know that a story has to build up the characters and build up the world and introduce you to the environments. But about 75 pages into it, I expected to maybe have one creepy thing happening. If I wasn't doing this as a buddy read, I probably would have DNF'd it at that point. But there was a scene at the bird scene. If you've read this book, again, you know what I mean. But when I got to the bird scene, that was when my eyes opened, and I thought, right, I'm really into this book now. I'm really excited to it's really picking up now. it isn't really an overly scary book. This is more of a light horror. This isn't like this isn't like The Exorcist, guys. This isn't like what you expect. This isn't an overly gory book. This isn't a bloody book. This isn't a scary book from start to finish. It was a really quick read. I'll actually give the book that, and it was a really easy book to actually read. But the scares and the creepy scenes in it were like scattered here and there, and the like in between sections were like kind of like a slog for me to get through. But the ending was what picked it up for me, I suppose. I was a bit frustrated that people in this story were more focused on Gretchen and Abby doing drugs, you know, like one time at this lake, over the fact that this girl was potentially, or well, not potentially, she was sexually assaulted. And I'm like thinking, can't everyone in this town get their priorities like right? And, you know, this girl was like raped, and you're like focusing on like she actually took some drugs this one time. So like, it was just something that like really like I was really confused by. So in conclusion, what did I think of my first ever Grady Hendrix book? This isn't as I said, this isn't a really over the top scary book or gory book. This isn't like The Exorcist movie or novel, which I still need to read. So don't go into it thinking that it's going to be that like me and I did. It's more of kind of like maybe like a Mean Girls mixed in with a bit of Stranger Things, and maybe with like a touch of The Exorcist. That is pretty much what you're getting with this. But with that said, this was a really fun read, despite it being not really that creepy, but it was really a fun and enjoyable read. A book that I will probably get back to sometime. And I am looking forward to reading some of Grady Hendrix's other novels, such as We Sold Our Souls and The Vampire's Guide. That's like a shortened version of the title, because I can't remember the whole thing. But if you are trying to get into Grady Hendrix, or if you don't know whether this is going to be your thing or not, or whether you will like this author, then yeah, sure. I mean, you can actually read this, and you know, and maybe it should give it a go, and sit and actually see what you think. But don't go into it thinking that it's going to be like scary and like gross out and all these demons flying around and all these objects flying around. This isn't what you're going to get in this book. But what you are going to get in this book is a really fun read, from a girl's point of view, and with some really great characters, specifically Gretchen and Abby. So that's it, guys. That is my review on Best Friends Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a like, comment down below, let me know if you read this, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Let me know if you've read anything else by Grady Hendrix, and let me know what one you would recommend to me personally that I pick up next. Whether it's We Sold Our Souls or Vampire's Guide or anything else that he's done. I know I want to get to Horror Store. And if you have enjoyed this video as a whole, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you do subscribe, please click on that bell, as it will remind you about whenever I upload videos, which are every Monday and Friday. I'll also have a link down below to my Goodreads account in case you want to follow me on Goodreads and see what I'm reading, or maybe contact me. I will also, as I said, will be linking having a link down below to Kayla's channel and to her video on this novel, in case you want to check out her video and maybe watch some of her Grady Hendrix's videos. She's more well-rounded in this author, and I've only read one novel by this guy. So she's probably the better person to go to know everything about Grady Hendrix, if that made any sense at all. With all that out of the way, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.